Hi everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Praise. Today I wanted to share with you a few of the Bibles out of my collection. I have about 8 or so to share with you, and I'm going to start with the oldest one. This is my first official Bible that was my own. Before that, I would just read the one my mom would have, or the ones that they'd have at the church next to the hymnals. And so this one I got when I was 11. And it's the Precious Moments. And I added some stickers and added my name to the bottom. I really want to get one of these, whatever they're called. If you know what they're called, put in the comments because I can't remember. Label makers, I guess. This is, let's see, Thomas Nelson. I think I said that. New King James Version. It was copyright 1985. And I got this in 1989. And I'll show you some of what I did to it then. Some stickers. And I wrote down Jude 1:24-25. And then this is where I wrote down who gave it to me. And the year and the date. So this is a Christmas gift in 1989 when I was 11. And then this, it's falling apart, so I kind of hold it kind of funny. This is just some dates that I put in here. My baptism and when we went to help with the Vacation Bible School in Juarez. It was me and my mom and my sister that went along with our group from church. And this one has some of these stories that the pictures tell. Let me show you one of them. Here's this one here. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Precious Moments. That one, You Can't Hide from God. I'll read the little story that goes along with it. Let's see if I can find that one. Alright, it comes from Psalm 139, 7 through 12. And then the story that he tells is, one day a Christian friend told me how he had faithfully called upon a family to attend his church when he was a young pastor. After knocking with no results, he would slip a tract underneath their door. In time, the pastor moved away. After many years, the pastor returned to visit that country church again. While he was there, an old lady approached him and asked if he remembered who she was. She then proceeded to tell him that she and her husband were the ones whom he had called so long ago. We would hide when you came, she explained. But we always read the tract, and by doing so, we both came to realize that we could hide from you, but we just can't hide from God. Those are some really neat stories. I probably read this as a kid when I had it, but I don't remember them. So I may share some of those in videos later on. And then it also has these pictures inside. This is supposed to be the creation of man. They also have one of Rebecca. You can see that. I don't know how good this is focusing. And as you can tell, like I said, it's completely falling apart. So I want to get this rebound eventually, and just kind of keep it for as long as I can. And then there's this here, and here's another one. Those you can see where I just would highlight in pen, and basically I just decided after highlighting quite a bit in John, I just wrote down all right there, like just read it all. And so that's and then here it has Bible verses to memorize to answer my questions. So I circled a few of them. I'll read one of them. Number 8, even though God knows my need, what does he want me to do? And then it takes you to Matthew 7:7. It even gives you the page number in this book. Let's see, Matthew 7:7. And that is, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open to you. So I circled a few more, and then this is also in their word list. So that's a basic review of that one. And if you have one of these, or that some of you your parents might have had one of these, share that in the comments below. Do you still use it? Do you, your kids use it? I'm thinking of rebinding this and possibly giving it to one of my nieces, maybe my nephews. And the next one I have is the one that I got probably after that one. I know there was a couple in between and I gave some away, but this was my favorite one that I got. And I got this one in 1998. And it is out of print. As a matter of fact, I think it was out of print right then. I believe this was printed in 1996, and it was a Spirit-Filled Life Bible. And I believe it's like a study. I'm not sure if it's a study Bible or not, because I don't have the cover anymore. It's held together with double duct tape, the brown, and then I put hearts around it. And the cover, I have it somewhere, not sure where. And as you could tell, it's very beat up from just being stuffed in my book bag or my purse, or, well, purse. I say purse, but it's really just another book bag. Usually that's what I have. And these ones have just like little descriptions in there. So there's this one here. Then there's another one down here. That was in Kings. And then I would write down when I'd wake up sometimes in the middle of the night. I would write down the date and the time of when I would wake up and read whatever it was. So this one in Ezekiel 3, it was Ezekiel 3, 16 through about 27 or so. I have 16 through 23 highlighted in yellow and then some underlined. And that one, I have it, let's see, the first one, 2:03 a.m. on May 26, 2013. And then I have another one at 10:06 p.m. It was August 10th, 2015. And then I have another one at 1:53 p.m. And I guess I just opened it one day to read it then. Unless I put p.m. instead of a.m. It's possible. And that was July 3rd, 2015. And then again on August 29th, 2019 at, I think that says 8:48 or 9:48 p.m. And it was, so this is what it looks like. All my little markings. And in this one I would highlight a lot. And I have another one here on Ezekiel 5 by May 26, 2013 at 2:03 a.m. So you can kind of, and then I would just highlight in here. I didn't really write a lot in here. I would tab things every once in a while. I did highlight quite a bit. And then this is another Faith Alive that they have in here. Let's see if you can see that. And it's just kind of like a description of some of what's going on in the story there. And it takes you to, like this one is in Matthew 23, 2 through 12. And it's called The Greatest Sin. And then it's talking about pride. And it goes back and gives you some references in Psalm, Proverbs, Isaiah, Ezekiel. So it has a lot of those things. And I really loved this Bible. I still probably would use it if it wasn't completely falling apart. And I don't want to lose some of the pages that are on there. Because some of these, especially in Genesis, are like really coming apart. And there's some pieces that are just gone. So I just kind of put it on the shelf and pull it out every once in a while here at home. So that's that one. The next one I will share is my other go-to. This one I've had, I'm not even sure, I would say maybe 8 years, maybe longer. And this is also a gift from a sister in the Lord. And it's my Complete Jewish Bible. And as you could tell, it's also pretty beat up. Partially from me carrying it around all the time and throwing it in my book bag. And also because my cat Rami bit some of the pages on the outside. He used to get on my desk and play when he was a baby. And he's, I believe, will be 5 years old this year. So this is a little bit older than that. So it's got to be about 8 years old. So, and then I just kind of, with the cardstock, I did this here just to hold it together and put some sticky notes of things that I wanted to remember just right on there. And this is some of the highlights I have. And in this one, we would read the Torah portion out of there. The Torah is the first 5 books, first 5 books of the Bible. So here, I'll show you one of them. It's Parashah 21, which is, I believe it's pronounced Kitisha, and that means when you take. And that is in Exodus 30:11 through 34:35. So that would be the Torah portion that we would read on that Sabbath, which is Saturday. And then once you read through all of that, which this was one I highlighted quite a bit, at the end of that, it would give you the next part to read. So you'll see that here at the bottom. So it'd give you this one. You go into 1 Kings, and also into Luke, Acts, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. Oh, I heard one of my cats. So that's that one, and I really like this, and it's taught me a lot. There's even a bit of a different order in what we call the Old Testament, and I'll talk more about that in a future video when I do a little bit more about this one and the next one I'm going to show you, and I could share that with you. And this is something I did in the middle. One of the first kind of journaling type of things I did in the Bible, like a tip in. And I don't have anything on the back. I just have all kinds of things falling out. One of the bookmarks my mother-in-law made with a feather she found, and a leaf from one of the trees around here as well. Put that in here. All right, now the next one I'm going to share with you is the Tanakh. And that one, it just has the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. So the 24 books of the Bible, newly translated and anointed. It's the Stone edition. And I'll show you this side here so you can kind of see that. And this is also a gift from a sister in the Lord, Margie. And she gave this to me in 2014 as a birthday gift. And I'll show you, let's see if I can get, so you kind of see what it looks like in here. This is just the books and what pages you'll find them on. And as you can see, it does have the Hebrew. And I will show you one of the pages in here where you can kind of see like here's the Psalm. So this is Psalm 37 that I highlighted. And as you can see, it has the Hebrew on the opposite side. I need just to slide a little bit because it's, oh no, let's see if you can see this a little better. I don't know how to read the Hebrew like this yet. I hope to learn one day. I can read some if it's written in our English alphabet, and I understand some of it, and mostly through my Torah study, also through listening to Hebrew music. And a lot of the ones that I listen to, they'll have the subtitles in Hebrew, English, and sometimes in Spanish even. So that's one thing that I really enjoyed. And I'll share more about the Torah study later, and I kind of just give you some of the elements of how we did the study. So next I will show you, let's see, this one was also from a sister in the Lord, Diana Rockwell. She has been one of my online Bible study leaders for quite some time, and a wonderful friend and sister in the Lord. She sent me this one back in 2020 when we were doing the chronological Bible studies together. So this is the NLT version, and it was, I think, the first time, maybe the first time I read NLT. At least it was one of the first NLT Bibles I had, and I believe the other one she sent me is also an NLT that I'll share next. So in this one, I just kind of used colored pencils and just underlined the things that stood out to me. And what I did mostly is I used a notebook to write down what stood out to me. So like I'd go through the highlights and then I'd write down some of this stuff. And I would like to go through this one again, although I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she sent me another chronological Bible. I'm not sure if it's the same version or not, but I may use that one next time, because we're doing one that I'll share with you in another video that she also sent me, but it was one that we're doing with a group. So let me go to the next one. This is another one that she sent me, another one that's kind of beat up. It's a Jesus-centered Bible, also an NLT, and this one is Life Tree Group that did these ones, and it has, let me show you some of the, it shows you Jesus in the Old Testament. So in the Old Testament, it'll show, let me see, his kind of where it talks about him, it'll be in blue. So like here in Leviticus, it's in blue right there. Then it gives you some references here at the bottom and these little sections here as well. And then the New Testament has the red letter. So this is one that I want to go back and read through. I read through some, did some highlights in this one as well. I didn't get through the whole thing. So my plan is to read each of these Bibles that I have from beginning to end. And because each time we read it, you know, it's like we find different things that stand out to us. So I want to do that with each one of these. And I also want to do some Bible giveaways, because I do have quite a few that I've gotten through thrift stores or things that I've been given. And I have bought a few, and some of them I have that same Bible in different versions, and I have some compact Bibles that would probably be the first ones that I will give away, because the smaller ones I don't use a lot of. I do have one that I use, and I'll show you that one really quick. It's this one here, and this one is the New King James Version by Holman, and this is actually the one I was using or started using for a prayer Bible. I haven't gotten back to that yet, but this is kind of what I'm doing with it. And I tabbed a few. I believe I tabbed the praise, which is my word of the year, so I tabbed that first. And I do plan on doing a video on this eventually when I get back to it. I do have another one that's that small, and that one is a New King James Version as well. It's in a black cover, and it has a little magnetic like cover to it. So that one I'm done a lot in that one, so I don't know if I'll give that one away, but I do have a few that I'll share eventually and give those ones away. Let's see, the next one is, let's see, okay, I believe it's this one is the last one I have up here. This is a 1-year Bible, also an NLT for women. This one I just got off my mom's bookshelf not too long ago. She had a few different Bibles. My sister, I know, took one of them, and it reminded me because I saw this bookmark, and I believe the one she got is the one that is in the cover that matches this. So Jermaine, if you're watching this and you want the bookmark, let me know so I can give it to you. So this one, I don't know that I will highlight anything in here. I may just do like some tip-ins or use a journal, because she did highlight a few things. So this is, she got this in 2019, and there's a few places where my mom highlighted some stuff as she was reading. Whoa, as she was reading through it. And there's just like different spots where she was reading. I know she enjoyed reading the Psalms. And then I found one of her sermon notes. And so that one, I do want to read through this one and just kind of take some notes on that. I also found this, which I believe is a devotional song that we had back in church. I'll show that to you there. So it's cool to find something like that. These are from back when I was a kid, probably. And so that's it for the Bibles that I was going to share today. I do have quite a few more to share, and most of them are gifts. I think I've bought maybe a few of them, a handful of them, and some I do have one that I got when I was in college when I took Bible as history, and that is one of the annotated Bibles. So it has the Apocrypha in it, I believe. I'm not sure what else it has in there, but I've actually only read it when I was in the class. I didn't even go through the whole entire thing. So I we'll pull that out hopefully and share that as well. And I think that is it for this video. If you'd like to see more of one of these Bibles, just let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see some more of what they look like inside, especially some of these like the Tanakh and those ones that are a little bit different, if you want to see more of that, I can show that. One thing I did want to point out is if you notice our books, you know, we open them this way. This one is the opposite. And that's how a lot of these are. Oops, I had it upside down, but yeah, this way here. And so that was a neat thing about this one. And I do have another one of these, a smaller version. It's a paperback version that I found at a thrift store. So I'll share that one as well. I don't know if that has the Hebrew in it like this does in this form, but I will share that as well. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any of these Bibles and you like them, or just you have any comments about them, just leave that in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye. I need to stop saying Welcome everyone in